Hope everybody's warmed up and been preparing for a good few days of races. We're ecstatic that we've got such a start list, and we've been doing a lot of planning and a lot of preparing, and we're excited to kick this off with you guys. So thanks to those that are joining us for the first time trial this morning. And for those who are not doing the time trial this morning, there's a second option this evening for an individual time trial. Those results will be combined to get our placings list going into tomorrow's criteria. So I want to welcome my co-host for this morning. Cole, how are you this morning?
Good morning. Doing well. Very excited. Looking forward to watching some great time trial action here. As everyone knows, this is a mass start individual time trial, so please make sure you're on a time trial bike so that there is no chance that you can draft in the pack. This is really going to help us streamline this event. But yeah, looking forward to seeing some great race action this morning.
Excellent. So our distance for all the riders this morning, 11.1 miles. 6 o'clock is the alternate time tonight. And there is cash prize money that will be paid out on PayPal for the winners of each of the 5 categories. So as part of the Red Peloton mission, we've set goals to really build up racing in general, but also women's racing and beginner racing. So we have put the cash up to support 5 categories throughout this weekend's racing. We've got a men's A, B, C, and a women's A and B. So if we have 5 riders in each of those groups, that goes for today. And each stage, a minimum of 5 riders per group, we'll pay out the $15 win. And then at the end, we put that all together, and the omnium winner for each category is eligible for the $50 prize payout. So it looks like we've got coming up on about a minute and a half till start time. So do all your last minute preparations. We'll be rolling here in about a minute and a half to jump on course for the 10.7 miles Fuego Flats course. Very cool to see the start list this morning. We got a bunch of riders from the Bay Area, outside the Bay Area. So I want to say again, thanks to everybody wherever you're joining us for being a part of the Red Peloton virtual stage race. See a bunch of folks as well that saw on course at the TNTs, the Tuesday Night Twilights here in Sonoma County, put on virtually. So welcome back to those of you who have participated in a Red Peloton or a TNT race. Coming up on 45 seconds till we kick things off this morning. Also, for those of you who maybe didn't get the word out to your buddies and are just hearing about it today, remember the Omnium, you have to participate in all 3 stages, but that does not exclude you from participating in the Criterium or the road race on Sunday. So get the word out. If somebody wants to just participate in one event, they absolutely can do that. Coming up on 15 seconds till we start.
Just want to remind everyone quick, we're going to ride to the end of the event banner.
And in 3, 2, 1, and we're racing. Good luck, all. Here we go.
All right. Nice, smooth start. We have a few people off the front. I'm seeing some great, strong numbers here. 5 watts per kilogram, 7 watts per kilogram. There's a lot going on. Quite a few team jerseys out there. That looks good.
Looks like Sal Lucido from our own Red Peloton taking an early time gap, watts per kilogram, and he's got nothing but clear out ahead of him. And the difference on this time trial versus real world, of course, regular time trials, 1 or 2 minute interval, you can see somebody up the road. So while you're not drafting today, you kind of have an idea where everybody else is time-wise the event.
Yep, this is a great course for this, designed specifically for time trialing. This is the course that a lot of other venues shoes. I'm sure most of you have ridden this, but it provides a good flat, good distance with turnarounds at both ends so that you can do your out and back. All right.
So it looks like the second person I see coming through, Michael Sayers, I think still out of Sacramento, fierce competitor, still racing these days. We'll throw out some results from him as we go into the weekend, but I can assume we're going to see some strong power numbers out of Michael Sayers, and we're seeing that already here. Kickoff time trial, looking
Yeah,
great
I'm
so far.
looking right down the list and I'm seeing great numbers, 4.5, 5 watts per kilogram. That's incredible. Down here to Ted Simpkins, rolling right around 3.8 watts per kilogram. It's
Great
great
to
to see
have
him back
for
out.
sure. So it looks like M. Dooley and Michael Sayers right now chasing down Sal. You know, as we all know, as these riders are working so hard right now, it's not only about the power you're putting out in the first few minutes, but what can you sustain over that 11 miles? As we cross about the 1.1 mile mark right now, what's the max you can sustain over that time? Got to pace
Yep.
yourself. Don't want to go out too hard and then suffer that second half. So it's just an art in and of itself doing the time trial. How fast can you go uh, over that total distance? It's not about the first mile or two or the last mile or two. The interesting thing again, though, is that we know where everybody
Yep,
stands in this
absolutely.
arena now.
Another aspect of this is with the mass start, it's going to be very important for people to remember to, as you say, stay on their own pace, think about their own power, watch their own numbers, because it's very easy to get caught up in watching other people or trying to hang with other people. All
Looks
right,
like so we've
so
got uh,
let's see
still
who else
Sal
we
at the
can
front, a
take a look
group of
at here.
two, and then a nice group of 2 or 3, not too far behind, keeping nice pace. We got Brian Larson. Good morning, Yutch. Glad that you are with us. Yutch, another local Masters racer, fierce competitor, consistently on the podium. Looking forward to how you do in this weekend's race. Thanks for
All
joining
right, we're
us.
looking at Christine Culver, another local racing legend in the female category. Throwing down 3.5 watts per kilogram. That's great. She's doing really well. I'd comment on how smooth everybody looks, but I'm getting wrapped up in this. These are all avatars. Of course, everyone's going to look smooth and dialed, flat backs. So I can only, having done time trials in the past, I know some of these people are suffering right now. We're 5 minutes in to around a 20 to 25 minute time trial overall, based on kind of our scouting of this course. So we still have quite a bit of time left in the event.
So it looks like this third group or so rolling, showing about 27 miles an hour or so. D. Mossman, thanks for joining us. Hope you have a great ride this morning. B. Sheehan and J. Despis, all out on course and really good times right now. Staying right up to 5 watts per kilogram or so. About a 19, let's see how much. He's got about a 3-second, 2-second lead over a handful of other riders. So anybody's game at this point. Bunch of folks that are in
Absolutely.
contention.
So it looks like Sal's 4.3 kilometers in, just over 3 miles. So about a little under a third of the way.
Okay. Can they do that during the event? Is that possible?
No, they'll need to. Yeah,
Gotcha.
so we'll need to alert them to that and potentially have them race in the afternoon event. Let's see, it looks like Jeremy Cattell is on a Tron bike there.
So it looks like
Yep,
second
and
place right now, Matt Dooley's got just keeping Sal kind of in his vision, maybe pacing off him a little bit, but riding well, 5.5 watts per kilogram.
yep,
Just only about 3
Matt's
seconds behind our leader.
yeah, Matt's really strong. I've raced cyclocross a lot with Matt, fierce competitor, definitely smart, and that's showing here as you can see. Just like you said, keeping Sal right in right in sight, making sure he stays within his power limits there.
Right behind him, Michael Sayers again, holding a strong third place. I think with this venue, you might not have the draft advantage, but that whole carrot at the end of the stick, you can see that rider right there. So if you wanted to mark somebody's time, you don't have to wonder, well, where are they at? If they were 6 minutes back or 6 minutes ahead, you can see right where they at. So if you want to have a go at a win in today's stage and just kind of keep everybody close, this venue, you can do that. Keep an eye on where your competitors are.
Yep, absolutely.
Gotcha. Got it. Gotcha. So suggest either swapping out the bike now, or unfortunately, we need to do this as for those couple of riders, a warm up for tonight. And I think we might have had a couple riders register for both events. So if that's the case, definitely time trial bike for the evening event.
Yep, absolutely.
So Yutch as well, riding strong, 4.2 watts per kilogram, keeping everybody in sight. Brian Larson, only about 13 seconds off the pace, riding strong, 3.5 or so watts per kilogram. Keep it up, Brian. You're looking great.
Yeah, strong showing for sure. And it's another aspect of this is being a stage race, right? People have to not only put as much into this as they can on an individual race basis, they have to, in some instances, hold back some power so that they can be competitive in the crit tomorrow as well as the stage race on Sunday.
It's going to be just very interesting to see, especially with conditions in California right now. We've had just such a trying season with the fires and people being forced to evacuate. We've had the smoke, which has forced people inside, or to weigh the cost and benefit of being out in the smoke. Not a lot of in-person riding. So it's just been a very tumultuous, quote unquote, season. So I'm very interested to see uh, who our consistent riders are over the 3 days of racing.
Yep, absolutely.
So a few other riders on course that I'm watching that are just look like they're burying themselves. We have Jay Despis, Gomez, Simpkins right in there as well, riding strong. Uh, let's see, Whitney Post, I believe she was a TNT competitor, riding strong right now. Got a couple riders ahead to pace off of.
Yep, yep, absolutely. It's great to have people back for our events. We're doing something right.
Looks like Derek, and I don't know how to pronounce your last name, Derek Slabas, riding well, about 10 slots down, holding a nice pace. And Timothy Williams, I think a return rider as well from the TNT. Remember seeing placings there, riding strong. Keep it up. So we're at, I'm still seeing a pretty consistent about 27 miles an hour or so, about 5 miles in our time trial so far this morning, riders. So about 6 more miles to go or so, depending on where you're at. We still have our own red Peloton Salicito setting the pace at the front, turning about 5 watts per kilogram. Nice job, Sal. Let's see if he can hold that pace right to the finish line.
Yeah, running right around 27, 28 miles an hour. He's coming up on the roundabout to start his return trip. And mentally, that's always a huge hurdle, right? Halfway through the event, you know where you've been, you're just coming back at it. But now he needs to weigh out, conserving energy for tomorrow and Sunday, or to really bury himself on this return.
So, Cole, I know a lot of work has gone into selecting the courses for this weekend, making sure they conform to the number of miles that we want from each category. So, on this one, will they do the turnaround and then see other riders go in the other direction? Is it strictly an out and back?
Yep, strictly out and back. They'll see, some of the other lower categorized riders coming up as they perform their return trip. Everyone's doing the same course for this event as well as the crit course for tomorrow morning. That will just be different number of laps for the different categories. And then on Sunday's road stage, each of the categories will have different routes. And so we did that both to provide what we felt was a good mixture of climbing and sprint options for each of the groups, as well as a right amount of time to be on the bike, both within Zwift itself and to represent kind of a road race type scenario.
Gotcha. Great time to mention a couple other folks behind the scenes that helped put this together, invested a lot of time. In addition to Cole, our teammates Sal Lucido, who is racing right now, and then also the voice you've heard in the back a couple times, Enrique Rojas, our IT guy, who's done a phenomenal job setting up all the technical stuff and helping us stream. So thanks to all of the Red Peloton folks that made this happen. And as we watch some of the front riders right now, we are seeing riders go by. So use that as motivation. Use that as the carrot riders to dig a little deeper and have a good ride today. You know, this is, for me, this is typically the last weekend of riding. Folks that are in this race right now and so many others, whether it's San Francisco or Oakland, is typically marks the last race of the season. So this is your chance, for many of you, probably your last big competitive time trial effort of the season, and then the most likely the last criterium or road race that you'll have for the season. So I'm really hoping that riders in the stage race just have a really good season, get ready for a little rest after you've put in a good strong effort. So don't leave anything on the table today, riders. Give it everything you got. Let's turn over some good times today on the time trial course.
All right, we're getting still great numbers out there. I'm seeing 4, 5, 3 watts per kilogram 15 minutes into this event, which is gotta be just absolutely crushing some legs out there.
But you know, at least Cole, they've got some, hopefully where they're at, some good clean air. Just here in Santa Rosa, just in the last couple of days, we've finally had all that smoke from the wildfires get pushed out of the area. So
Yep,
this morning I looked at the
for
outdoor
sure.
thermometer,
Perfect.
clean air. So wherever you're riding, go ahead and use every little bit of those lungs, riders, and give it everything you got. Hopefully it's cool, clean air where you're coming from today.
Yep, we're watching Christine Culver here just complete the out portion of the loop. Looking very smooth, still putting down 3.2, 3.3 watts per kilogram. That is great power, great power. So I imagine she'll put in a very, very strong time on the women's category A, category B group.
Beautiful. And right behind Christine, our own Brian Castelli. Welcome to racing, Brian. Just hugely enthusiastic racer, just disappointed like I am not to have much in-person racing this year, but I'm looking forward to seeing what Brian can do over the next couple days. He's having a good
Yeah,
ride so
absolutely.
far.
16 minutes in, and we're still seeing 3 watts per kilogram, 3.5. Those are great numbers for Brian. Absolutely. To see the goal a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
People are getting tired. Some of the I see some slow moving legs out there.
Well, I'll tell you, I think of the riders I've checked out so far, the one that probably looks most similar to the road, Ted Simpkins, longtime triathlete with the Aero helmet, the time trial bike.
Absolutely. He's cranking out 3.8, 3.7 watts per kilogram. So coming off the couch, last Ted's been doing some secret training.
You
It's
never
tough to
know.
say
You
nowadays,
never
right?
know.
With Zwift and yep. All right. So we're rolling in 18 minutes. We'll flip back out to Salcedo, who's still leading the pack. Unbelievable time.
8.6,
Sal's,
8.7 miles in, looks like.
yep, just a few miles left. Sal's still looking good, still throwing down 5 watts per kilogram, riding out of his mind. But Sal is one of those guys that definitely steps up and brings his absolute A game when it comes to competition.
Great to have him on course. Looks like sitting fourth, fifth position. D Sweet, again, a return rider from the TNTs. And a good time, I would think. Consistency at the TNTs. He is looking at an overall Omnium winner for the weekend come Sunday.
Yeah, Michael Sayers, Jeremy Cattell still putting in great times. Unfortunately, they're on the wrong bike for this event, so we'll have to see see if they're able to join the 6 o'clock event and see if they can rally to bring some tired legs back for this evening.
If I know these guys, not going to be an issue to come back this evening and do it all.
Yeah,
A nice
exactly. All right. Got Danny Mossman throwing down 4.6, riding for Cryogen 4.4. He's looking fast as well. He's on his way back around the lake there.
So fall then by Sheehan, Gomez, Simpkins, Despes. Had about 20 folks register for this morning's race, and another, it looks like maybe 20 or more. I think a few more folks for this evening signed up. So we're going to have a great list. Let's see here. If we go to Sal again, 9.9 miles. He's going to turn over double digits, almost at the 10-mile mark. 11.1 miles is the total. Sal, you've got about a mile, 0.1 to go. Let's leave nothing on the table. Bunch of riders not too far behind. This is the point where it doesn't pay to save it for that last 100-yard sprint. Put it all out on the table right now.
Yep, mile to go, 21 minutes. That's a fabulous time. Sal's absolutely riding strong right now. 5.6, 5.7 watts per kilogram.
For all you non-climbers, this is your day, and tomorrow's crit, of course. When we get to Sunday, we have thrown some significant climbing into the mix. So be ready, climbers. If this ain't your event today, boy, we've got some hills for you to do on Sunday. Some fun on Sunday with some big climbs ahead.
Yep, absolutely. I'm great to see such a turnout. I imagine over the next climbing category, sprinting. So really looking for this weekend's events.
For sure. Dooley, Cattell, Sayers, looks like Brian Larson, behind him, Yutch, Mossman, Sheehan, Gomez, Simpkins, Despis, Slabus, again, not sure how to pronounce that, Post, Williams, Christine Culver, Castelli, and Chua round out all riders on course right now. Coming into the last bits here, Sal, you've got coming up on the finish here, showing at 11 miles. You should be seeing that finish line. So
all
we've
right, Sal just
got
came
our first
through.
finishers. Everybody else on course, winding down. Big, strong, circular pedal strokes. Get that air into those lungs and give it everything you got.
All right, Sal is done there. 23 even. Goodness,
Massive
what
on the
a
table. Beautiful finish,
massive effort.
Michael.
Yep. Dooley comes across there. All right, I'm seeing a lot of PRs drop right now. A lot of
Yetch
PRs
coming up to the
across.
finish line here. Strong
Michael Sayers
finish.
PR, Jeremy Cattell. Yep.
Seeing almost 7 watts per kilogram.
Yep.
Here's that finish line. Beautiful effort. Well done.
Waikoe comes across. Look at that. All right. What a great effort.
Mossman coming up to the line. Great ride. Nice
Through
finish.
there.
Strong numbers at the
4.7,
finish.
4.5. Great.
Beautiful.
Sheehan, 8.3. Digging hard. All right.
And you made it. There's the finish line. Well done. Nice first stage under your belt.
Gomez coming through. Simpkins. They're coming through. All right.
Nice job, Ted.
Well, we'll have some good. Oh man, we got the PR fireworks going off here. All kinds of great times. People are digging.
Looks like Gomez out of, I believe, San Jose coming across the finish line. Nice effort today. And I'm just seeing what these riders must look like as they come across the line. Puddle of sweat and out of breath. So feel good about your efforts today. Well done.
Yep. Standing in front of that fan, rehydrating, do everything. They earn their naps this afternoon, that's for sure. We'll see who the art of recovery, right? We'll see how see how that goes. It looks like we got everyone
Timothy
through.
Williams, I think. Uh, Timothy Williams coming up on the line right
All
now.
right. Perfect.
Nice job crossing the finish line. Timothy, it looks like more of a road racer. I'm seeing Snelling,
Yeah.
Bariani winners from 2019. So I would expect to see some great things out of Timothy over the next couple days. Chris
All right.
Cover, about 0.3 of a mile. Chris, give it everything you got. You are almost done with this effort. Brian Castelli on course. Chua as well, going to be finishing things up. Riders, give it everything you got. You're not too far from finishing. You got. Well done. Congratulations, Chris across the line. Brian Castelli finishing up his
Great ride
day. We
by
should
Brian. I
see
know
him
he's been
shortly. And I
working towards.
Beautiful.
All right.
And Chua as well, approaching the finish line. I believe this is our last rider coming across the line right now. Congratulations on a fantastic job. I am seeing nobody
Yeah,
on
absolutely.
our
No, we saw.
Fuego Flats morning session in the books. We are done. Congratulations, rider, on a great effort. For those of you who need to swap out the bikes, we look forward to seeing you this evening with the others who will be on course for the first time. And then
Yep, we'll
our
email those
criterium,
couple of folks.
that would be great. Our criterium tomorrow morning, Saturday, September 19th. Things kick off 4 laps with the men's C race that is combined but picked separately with the women's B race. That's at 8:15. So if you're a men's C or a women's B, you'll be doing 4 laps at 8:15. And then our second group will be the combined men's B, women's A's. We've got that at 6 laps. That's a 9 a.m. start. And then the final race tomorrow, the criterium on the Richmond Flats course, will be at 10 a.m., 7 laps. And again, stage winners, $15 cash for the stage winners. But then more importantly, those going for the Omnium want to have that good, consistent finish in all 3 days, the time trial, criterium, and road race, to be competitive for that overall Omnium prize of, or $50 rather, 50. There's the Omnium. All right, so congratulations to everybody. Beautiful efforts. Really exciting to watch the watts that were put out by our riders today. I think we got some folks I know that are going to be doing everything they can to be rested, fed up, stretched out, and ready to go for tomorrow's event. Looking forward to calling the action. Going to be a little more exciting tomorrow. Drafting is going to come into play. Sprinting will be more of an issue. We saw some phenomenal sprints in the TNT series, huge numbers. So I'll look forward to seeing those again, and maybe even stronger on the Richmond Flats Criterium course tomorrow. And then final event will be on Sunday. Again, if you missed it earlier, why we do have the Omnium and the Omnium prizes, it's not mandatory to compete in all events. So if you have someone that maybe hasn't done a Zwift race before or has other events or conflicts going on with one of the days on Saturday and Sunday, that's fine. Come on out for either of the events and compete. We'd love to see as many competitors on course as possible. Want to also give a big thanks. Really, the reason this is possible is all the great sponsors from Red Peloton. So if it wasn't for their donations in supporting our mission, and the Red Peloton mission is huge. It's not only support cycling, those coming into the sport, women, youth, masters, elite, beginners, of all. But anybody who knows the Red Peloton group here in Santa Rosa, Sonoma County knows that we're um, big contributors to other philanthropic events. So we participate a lot in other fundraising events. So our sponsors enable us to fulfill our mission. So just a quick rundown for those of you who are cooling down. Our great sponsors are Red Peloton, Coastland, Velotoes, Gene Martin Massage, Cameron Asmodee and Ray Ramos, both dentists that support our cause, RP Healthcare right here in Sonoma County, Woodford Brewing, Van Bieber Brothers Steel, Max Deli, NorCal Bike and Sport, Park Point Gyms, Oak Grove Construction, Doug Wagner Carpet, Simi Winery, Mayo Family Winery, Specialized, Sutter Health, and Cliff Bar. So thanks to all the phenomenal sponsors that support us year after year. And it's because of the odd things that have happened this year, the pandemic that prevented us from racing, our budget that normally would have gone to getting all the racers on the team traveling around and competing. We've dumped some of that money to our weekend, our virtual stage race. So thanks to all those sponsors, and thanks for everybody. Obviously, if you guys didn't get up this morning and get on the bikes and do your thing, we couldn't have a race. So I appreciate all the competitors that showed up. Cole, any last thoughts for you before we close it out for the morning?
Actually, it looks like we have our very own Sal online here. Sal, you want to give us a recap of the ITT this morning?
Morning, gentlemen.
Good morning.
Pain, suffering, more pain, more suffering.
Nice job. What was your kind of plan as you went out on course today? Did you have a strategy of how you want to attack the 11 miles?
Honestly, I shot out of the gates like a cannon and tried really hard not to blow up too soon. And I might have gone out a little hot. I ended up kind of slowing down a little bit. I'm still winded. I've been cooling down for 10 minutes and I'm still winded. But I just got into a nice rhythm, and I carried a higher wattage longer than I ever have. So this is by far the fastest I've ever gone in Zwift.
Yeah, I was going to say, I would imagine you set a new FTP threshold from the numbers I was seeing. And as usual, you always rise to the competition. You rode out of your mind today. Congratulations on setting an amazing time.
I appreciate that. You know, there's still the afternoon. There's a lot of good riders to come, and I hope it's a good time. Definitely a PR for me, for sure.
Fantastic. Congratulations. We have a few other Red Peloton riders that will be joining the PM shift time trial. Enrique, good luck to you when we see you on bike this afternoon. Austin Hermosillo has been another integral part in helping with the TNTs and this weekend's race. We've also got from San Jose, let's see, Donald Hersom rode with Red Peloton for a while. He'll be taking on the course. Nick Gruzian, Nick Roach, TNT competitor, he'll be out there. We've got Richard Jones, Barrett registered. Marco Lay was a TNT competitor. Looking forward to his effort. Melanie Collins. And let's see, Madison Trolley, John Simmons, Jay Ruffin, Frank Kratzer, Eric Houston, Danny Mossman. I think, let's see.
Yep, Jeff Baumgartner, another Red Peloton rider, will be joining this afternoon.
Okay.
So again, this afternoon,
and again, if you have
fireworks.
And not too late to register as well. So if anybody has folks out there that you had so much fun this morning, you want to have your friends join in all the good times, go ahead. Not too late to register to do the individual time trial this evening. And that again is at 6 p.m. Make sure that they're on course and ready to go at least 5 minutes ahead of time.
Hey, Mike,
Yes.
I'm really interested to see how some of these big boys do this course. Guys like Jeff Baumgartner and Austin Hermosillo, they're bigger guys. They're faster in the flats. You know, lighter guys like me and the couple guys that were chasing me today, we're not going to go as fast as some of those bigger guys. So it's going to be really interesting to see these B riders maybe set the fastest time of the day.
Yeah, that's a good possibility. I will be excited to see. Um, a little more strategy in the criterium, right? Like I said, with the drafting going on. But the one thing that's a little taken out of the Zwift riding is a little less of the bike handling and the strategy, but you still have the, um, how do you want to sit in? Do you want to try to get a break? So there is definitely strategy involved that'll come more into play in the next two events of the criterium and the road race. So really looking forward to seeing the action and seeing some of the fitness out there that folks have right now at the end of the season. So I think that'll probably do it for now, guys.
Great job,
Yep,
guys.
Have a good rest
absolutely.
of the day. Looking forward to getting back on this evening and seeing what kind of performances, if we have any standouts, and the performance of all the riders this evening. Looking forward to calling the shots. So everybody have a great day out there. Congratulations on stage one getting done. And we'll see those of you who are not doing a redo tonight for the criterium on the Richmond Flats course tomorrow. Have a great day. Congratulations. We'll see you all tomorrow.